Alright, hello friends and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I thought I would do a little get ready with me. My husband and I are having a little date night. It's his birthday next week, so we're doing kind of like a weekend celebration, and I'm really excited because we are heading to a like custom make your own perfume cologne lab. I think that'll be a fun little date night. Then we're gonna have a dinner date night at home, glam up a little bit before we head out. We're gonna do some shopping in the area, and I thought it'd be fun to just do a little get ready with me. I really love this with a peachy cheek. So I think we're gonna try and do something like that, very monochromatic with the eyes being kind of like coppery. I'm just gonna use this base. This is the Ilia, the base face melt, milky, watery kind of consistency. Just to hydrate my skin. I've already done my skincare routine, but so there is our base. You're gonna see like it's so glowy and dewy and fresh and hydrated. I am gonna use a primer, the Dior Backstage Primer for face and body. Just use my fingers. And I start in the center of my face and then blend out. I think the key to make this look really glowy and fresh and natural looking is to keep it pretty light on the foundation. So I'm going to use my tried and true Westman Atelier Vital Skin Foundation Sticks. And I have my two like more wintry shades, 0.5 and 1. And I still think I'm 0.5. And what I like to do when I want to achieve a very natural look is to use a flat foundation brush. This guy, the Hourglass foundation brush, and I'm just going to pick up the product directly off of the foundation and then just apply it onto my skin like that. Maybe it's a little bit light for me, but that's fine because we're gonna warm up our complexion with our bronzer and our blush. So the other day I was watching my old Toronto apartment tour that I filmed about 3 years ago, and we are still in the same apartment. We love it in this place. And I was comparing how our apartment looked in that video to how our apartment looks now, and it is so different. Also just like the style of video, like how I filmed and recorded it was so cringy. So I am actually going to do an updated apartment tour, so I'm really excited about that because we have made lots of changes. I definitely feel like our apartment is more kind of like our style now, as we have upgraded the furniture, added more artwork, and just done like minor, they're not like renovations, but there are ways to elevate your space just by changing like light fixtures, faucets, etc. So we've made some changes like that, so I'm very excited to refilm it and just share the updates from the last few years. So foundation is done. I'm deciding between the Nude Sticks bronzer, which is in the shade Bondi Bay, or the Westman Atelier contour stick in Biscuit, which is more cool. Maybe like a little blend of it, like we can do a little line here, and then if we want to warm up the complexion after with bronzer, we can do that. Right down the nose, on the eyelid. And let's contour the chin and jawline. The Westman Atelier blender brush. So let's zoom you in so you can see a bit better. I think I might do a little bit of under eye concealer, but we'll do that after we finish the contour, and it blends in so nicely. I used to always use a beauty blender. That was how I blended out all of my makeup, but I truly find that brushes make such a difference. As long as you have good brushes, I find it can look actually a little bit more natural. The neck is always the hardest part to blend out the contour because you want it to look natural and not like a dirty neck, like you didn't wash your neck properly or you forgot to blend it. So I always pay extra attention to blending my neck, because a while ago, like a few years ago, when I used to do this, my husband and I would be walking out in the daylight. He's like, oh, like your neck looks dirty. And it was because I didn't blend this out enough. I feel like my makeup is going on so smoothly. And a couple days ago, I actually shaved my face with one of those like face shavers, and before my face used to get super duper irritated when I did it, but I found the trick to not make my skin like super reactive and red, and it always looks so smooth, and makeup application is like next level. So that is contour. I might add a little bit. That was a lot. Now I've got to blend it out, even it out. Ooh, yeah, that was a lot of bronzer. Oh no. We'll have to mask it with blush. Okay, I think because we haven't put our bronzer on yet, we can kind of fix this messiness. Not necessarily wanted, but I will use this one. Hourglass concealer brush. A little bit around the eye. I'm just gonna cut that. And then blend that out. I'm just using this massive liquid blender brush from Westman Atelier, and this is like my beauty blender. It just blends everything together to make it look as seamless as possible. And I'm just like gently blurring the lines between the concealer and the contour just so it doesn't look super duper harsh. So let's move on to our cream blush, and I have two options that I'm thinking of that I feel like will give us this color. The first one is this Laura Mercier liquid tinted moisturizer blush in the shade Provence, Blush and Tenderly. This definitely gives more of a pink vibe, but I think that layering these might be really nice, and then we'll do like a third blush in a powder formula. So I'm just gonna put this on the back of my hand. And stipple that. Gonna add a little bit more product to the back of my hand. I'm gonna take it a bit up onto the temples, and then on the eyelid. That looks really pretty and like fresh, glowy. I'm worried this might mess it up, but I can kind of see in this photo like the very apples of her cheeks are like really colored. So I'm gonna do the same. I'm just gonna apply it right to the apples. Okay, I like that a lot. So for some highlight, this Chanel highlight does that trick. So I'll just kind of glide it there. Brow bone, nose, chin, Cupid's bow, and then just blend that in. And I also want to just set that concealer under the eye so that doesn't crease. So I'm going to be using the Givenchy Powder Prisme Libre in the rose color, and it's super full, but this powder is absolutely great. And I use a small fluffy brush like this. I just pick up a little bit, swirl it into the lid, the bristles are fully coated. Just kind of gently tap and then sweep over the eyelid so that my eyelid doesn't crease. And just dust it away. And I'm gonna do the same thing around my mouth. So you still keep the dew, but then you set where you would like to remain more matte. That I also want to replicate this kind of like beautiful brow. Let's go in with the Kosas Brow Pop. This is in the shade Taupe. Outline the shape. Gently fill in any sparse areas. I really don't want to like look like a drawn on brow, so I'm being super duper light-handed and pretty sparing with it. I like filling in my tail because that always looks a little bit like sad. And then gently brushing up in the front. I'm trying to like mimic the brush-like strokes or hair-like strokes. And then I always take the dry spoolie and brush it out. It just kind of like minimizes and softens those harsher lines. And then we're just going to set those. I'm using the Kjaer Weis Brow Gel in, this is a color, Blonde. And it's quite wet, so like it can get everywhere, so I just very lightly brush only on my brows. Not gonna lie, this is not like my favorite product per se. It's a little tricky to work with and I find it very wet. So sometimes I have to go back in with the dry spoolie and just kind of like brush it out so it doesn't look like wet. This little guy, this has been a sample. I think I got it in a birthday gift from Sephora. It's the Laura Mercier Strapless Caviar Stick eye color. And I just put that all over my eyelid. I really like this color actually. So I'm actually gonna try and mimic this like more bronzy color. And I'm gonna take my finger with the Ilia blush and like layer that together and see what happens. And use my finger to blend it all out. I don't hate it. Maybe like a little weird, but okay. And then I'm gonna just add that extra pop of glow again just to the brow bone. This is the Rouge Beauty. Favorite mascara, Ilia Lip and Lash. Love this so much. It's just really good at lengthening and separating your lashes, which is exactly the look I like. Like, look at the difference between this eye and this eye. Like, it does such a good job. I'm not a huge mascara on the bottom lashes, but the picture has a little bit, so I will add a touch. The camera got too hot on me, so I finished the mascara, so there we are. And then lastly, we have lips. I'm gonna keep it really, really natural and soft. I think I'm gonna use this Makeup Forever Artist Pencil in Wherever Walnut. Ever so softly outlining my lips so it's not like super harsh. Blend it all together. And I just got these Gisou. How do you pronounce it? Gisou. Honey infused lip oils, and this one's Mango Passion Punch. That sounds really fun. Not quite sure if that fits the vibe. This one is more of a clear sparkly, and this one is in Watermelon Sugar. Look at that. Smells like watermelons. I love watermelons in the summer. Would you keep the blush as is? Is this already too much blush? Or would you go in with a light powder blush on top? Let me know in the comment section down below. So here is the daytime date look for you all. It's nice because sometimes you don't have like a date night look, so you don't necessarily want to do like smoky eye, lots of like depth and sexiness. You kind of want to be like a girl next door, glowy, fresh, but still feel glam and beautiful. So this is my daytime date look to go do some walking in the neighborhoods, shopping, and make a custom perfume. If you're interested in the custom perfume and you happen to live in Toronto, it's called Orris Labs. I will share my experience on Instagram, so make sure to follow me on Instagram at GRWM. But here is the daytime date look. Date look. Working on that title. We'll figure it out. It's going to be up here. That will be the finishing title. But yes, very fresh, glowy date day look. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Hit the subscribe button down below and follow and subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Make sure to follow me on my social channels down below. TikTok and Instagram and Pinterest will all be linked below. Bye everyone. Ooh, let me know what your thoughts are on filming the updated apartment tour. If that would be something that you're interested in watching, let me know in the comments. Okay, bye everyone.